Hello and welcome to Father's Refuge podcast. My name is James Moffat and I will be your host. Today on the Father's Refuge, we're joined by Victoria Volk, a grief recovery specialist and end-of-life doula whose work helps people name, navigate, and heal the grief they've carried for years. Victoria brings a rare blend of compassion, clarity, and practical guidance, and her insights speak directly to the silent burdens so many fathers hold. I'm honored to welcome her into this conversation. Victoria, how are you doing?
Thank you. That was beautiful intro.
Yeah, thanks for being here. And do me a favor and introduce yourself to the listening audience.
Well, I've been a lifelong griever. I have not lost a child. However, I lost a parent as a child. So I can speak to that perspective. Yeah, so I grew up with grief. I've literally known it my entire life. In 2019, I had another loss and realized that grief was really um, a thorn in my side that I had never addressed up to that point. And I discovered the grief recovery method. And that literally was the thing that transformed my grief and helped me to deal with it for the first time, truly. And my life ever since then I would say, my potential really has blossomed ever since. You know, when we're not bogged down by the emotional weight of grief, trauma, loss, because I had a lot of trauma after my dad passed. It wasn't just the loss of my father. My grandmother had died the year before, my mom's mother. So she lost her parent, then she lost her husband, and then I experienced some sexual abuse after that. And so my youth was very unsafe and emotionally uh, unsteady, I guess. You know, it was a lot of, yeah, the environment was not great, I would say. So I learned a lot, I guess, and how to deal with grief, which is not to deal with it. I think because so many of us are not taught how to do grief differently, right? And that's what my program's called, Do Grief Differently, because we're not taught how to do that. We're taught how to resort to behaviors and things that make us feel better for a short period of time, like gambling or shopping or relationships or fantasy or, yeah, any of those things that make you feel better. But then maybe potentially actually bring on more shame after the fact, right? Because, if we're on a drinking binge, well, then we kind of feel like crap after that about ourselves too. And I abused alcohol in my early 20s. Like I said, I grew up with grief, and it's like this monster in the closet that decides to show up when it wants to. And life is going to continue to life. And as we have additional experiences, it brings up a lot of that old stuff that we didn't yet address. And that's what I did in 2019, and have not looked back.